Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my review of Hunter x Hunter. Hisoka and Chrollo are still battling, and Hisoka is the mayor of Strugglesville. You guys are probably wondering where the hell I am right now. Well, I'm out of town on business. I'm hanging out at the Hampton Inn, and as opposed to just waiting to do my reviews, I decided I wanted to go ahead, read some manga, watch some anime, and try to release these reviews for you guys early as possible. And it's a good thing, too, because this week's chapter of Hunter x Hunter was pretty damned exciting, still making me wish that the anime version of the series was still around, because the battle between Hisoka and Chrollo, no joke, is probably my second favorite battle in the series. It's so explosive, unpredictable, and this is without a doubt the most damage that we've ever seen on Hisoka. It's actually kind of shocking, although being the creepy magician that he is, I have a feeling he still has a few more tricks up his magical sleeve. So this chapter right here, still pretty simple. Chrollo is hiding amongst the crowd, turning everybody into bombs, and Hisoka is desperately trying to run away. He just lost all of the fingers on his hand, so he's in a minute of desperation trying to run away from these guys. The good thing is this week's chapter, for the most part, 90% of it is all action. It's just watching Hisoka run around, climb up to the various floors, dodging people, bringing them over with his bungee gum, decapitating them personally, and trying to weaponize that in a lot of cool ways. Even trying to use the bungee gum in his feet to get him up in the air so that he can escape from these guys, all while trying to figure out where the hell Chrollo is. One of my favorite things about this week's chapter of Hunter x Hunter, without a doubt, is just how dangerous everything is. Every single person that's sitting in the stands is a hazard for Hisoka. He doesn't know if they're just gonna explode on him randomly, and the fact that they're literally crawling on top of each other, piling up, and being able to like swing each other around in Hisoka is not making the situation any better for this guy. Especially the final panels of this week's chapter where they all start to get Hisoka as he's running around the second floor, literally like a ninja, just running against the walls using his bungee gum, when eventually a body is thrown right into him from Chrollo. It ends up exploding. He goes away from the blast, and that's when you notice that his frickin' foot is missing. That's right, not only are one of his hands missing all the fingers, but now he doesn't even have solid footing. And it's at this point that it almost looks like it's the end for Hisoka. He himself even claims, well, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna go out with a bang, and all of these bodies just pile up on top of him, and the chapter ends with this big, massive explosion. Is Hisoka actually dead? Well, we're gonna have to find out in the next chapter. So, what's the rundown on this week's chapter of Hunter x Hunter? It is almost scary to see a character like Hisoka actually, you know, be on the ropes and be kind of scared of this battle. You know, before, he was almost excited over the prospect that Chrollo was so powerful, but in this chapter, it's kind of hard to tell. He does look legitimately scared by the fact that he might die in this battle. I mean, the thing is, though, Hisoka's a magician. He's known for his illusions. We've seen this multiple times in the series. For all we know, he still has all his fingers, he still has his foot, and this is just some sort of big, elaborate, Eisenized plan to actually bring Chrollo even closer to him. I can definitely see Hisoka doing something like this, and in many ways, it might have been a smart move to bring all of those bodies even closer to them, because if he does manage to escape from them and there's a big explosion, he just took out half the audience, which means he doesn't have to worry about as many people. They've all been turned into freaking dust. If that's actually what Hisoka is going for, that's pretty damn genius. And again, I just don't know who's going to win this battle. I mean, clearly you have to put it in Chrollo's favor. He's had virtually no damage done to himself. Whenever he has been attacked by Hisoka, it ends up just being a clone or a puppet or something that he has created. And it's even more confusing to know if someone's actually a puppet or if they're just someone who is in the stands. Like I said, every single person who is sitting down is a potential hazard for Hisoka, and that's what makes this so damned exciting. But the reason this chapter was just such a great read is because it was a lot less wordy than some of the previous chapters of Hunter x Hunter that we had. It wasn't a novel, basically. And we got just so many pages of amazing action. I especially love little details. There's this one panel like halfway through the chapter where Hisoka is using his bungee gum to actually hold onto someone's head. And I love that the bungee gum is actually stretching into multiple panels in the top and then coming back down into the middle. It's a little trick like that that kind of reminds me of like what you see in a American comic books, and I really wish that a lot of other manga series would do this a little bit more, because it definitely makes it a lot more visually appealing. This is, without a doubt, one of the best artwork-like chapters that I've seen from Hunter x Hunter. I've seen some that just look completely fugly, but this one has a lot of swift movement. Hisoka running around looks like it's really fast, and all of the explosions are really impactful, and you really feel the pain from Hisoka in those final panels when his foot is gone and he just accepts the fact that he's potentially going to be killed. But again, like I said, I just don't see Hisoka being killed. I think this is actually just a trick to lure in Chrollo. Never ever underestimate the crazy magician from the series. This guy has made people's arms just disappear randomly, and we have no idea why. I doubt that bungee gum is like the end-all be-all for Hisoka. There's no way his abilities just revolve around that. He's going to have some secret trump cards. He is a card player after all. So this was another exciting, action-packed episode of Hunter x Hunter. More to say, it's actually a chapter. Again, it makes me pine for the anime version. Hopefully when they get through this arc, maybe a couple more, we'll get back to that, because I want to see this animated, because while it does look cool, some of the scenes are slightly confusing, and when you see it in an anime version, it just translates a lot better. A lot more cinematic, if you know what I mean. So, great chapter, super action-packed from beginning to end. This is probably one of the only chapters of Hunter x Hunter I've read where I just got through it really quick, but it was super satisfying, it's incredibly unpredictable, and this is one of the craziest battles from the entire series. It's really setting one hell of a high bar, so I can't wait to see what they're going to do with the rest of it, especially when they get back to the Dark Continent arc. There are just so many characters to work with. So I loved this chapter right here. Hunter x Hunter, when it came back in full force, and it's continuing to be one of the greatest mangas I've seen in quite some time. So I'm dropping a 5 out of 5 on this bad boy. That is freaking right. This battle has just surpassed my expectations. I didn't even think it would be this exciting, and the fact that the setting is there in the tournament, everybody's a freaking weapon, everything's super unpredictable, just makes this an amazing read. Check it out, Hunter x Hunter fans. You might see something you like. But you heard my thoughts about this week's episode. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of the battle between Chrollo and Hisoka? Do you really think that Hisoka is just being defeated by Chrollo right now? Does he have another trick up his sleeve? What do you want to see in the final conclusion in the battle between Hisoka and Chrollo? Please tell me in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. I really appreciate it. If you would like to help support Super Kami Guru 9000, you can do that in a number of cool ways. You could subscribe to the channel. You could smash that like button right now. Share this video with a friend, and please leave me your comments. And make sure to check out our weekly podcast show, The Powerful Nerdcast. It's pretty damn life-changing and awesome. You can find links for all that stuff in the description box below. So thank you guys again for watching. From the Hampton Inn, stay dandy, baby.